Hi, let's see ISPCube Customers module. Here you will find a list of your current customers. Keep in mind that ISPCube say connections in other section. Why we keep this information divided? Basically because we can have one customer, one connection, but ISPCube lets you create several connections for each customer if you need it. As an example, here Andrew Mayer has two R1 residential basic plans, his house and his office. At the beginning of the month, when we decide to invoice to all our customers in one shot, ICPQ will create only one bill for Andrew with two items inside, his house connection and finally his office connection. In contrast, we can have one customer with no connection. As an example, we have one customer that didn't pay you over the last 3 months, and after being blocked you decide to remove this connection. So in this case you have one customer with no connection. But why? We keep these customers clearly the customer's debt. On tabletop you will find buttons, and as you can see here we can order the list just making click over the column's title. On the bottom we will always have the total left. If we filter the table, this value will be updated. Doing click on the plus symbol of one customer, we will find little information about him, like his position on the map. Let's check another one. So you can see that the customer has invoices here. On the map again, if Google Street View is enabled, we can see the customer house. We also can block or enable the customer right away. So let's suppose we have an audio on the phone and then we decide to block his connection. So let's go to the MikroTik and let me show you before we block the customer. As you can see here, this one is using the R1 profile. So we click on the block button and let's check on the MikroTik side again. You can see the block here. And why we have two connections blocked? Because the customer has two connections defined on ICPQ. In this demo we are working with hotspot, but keep in mind that ICPQ also works perfect with PPOE, simple queues, DHCP, Q3, radius and more. Blocked customers are in black color on the list. If we decide to enable him manually, the color will change again and the customer will recover his profiles. Okay, let's see little information here. We can change ID type. We can also search for customer position, taking in care address. We also can mark on the map directly, like this. And then using the marker button, update this information. You can also select a payment media or payment gateway, like PayPal, SEPA, change the collector. Also, the email is important if you're going to invoice, send emails with the invoice as PDF. Then free, yes or no. This is important because if you set yes, the software will never block and never invoice the customer. Okay, let's check block option. Yes or no. In this case, when you select block with no, the software will never block the connection. It doesn't care that the customer didn't pay you the last 6 months. Okay, maybe you have a special agreement with the customer, so the software will never block him. On the right side of block field, we have two numbers. In that field, we can select special due dates. On the massive billing, we're going to define the general due date for the billings, but here we can define special dates for each customer. So if you have an exception, you can define right here. Here in warning, we can define a special warning time period for these customers. As you know, ICPCube can make pre-warnings to the customers, but here we can define special dates for this warning. So you have a general warning time period for, I don't know, the first day of the month until the day before the due date, but in this customer, the warning will be different. Okay, let's see some buttons. Filter. From here I can select one filter, it's an example residential plus. So here you can see customers and total depth. I can change, okay, show me the R1, or maybe I can clear the filter. Okay, block one connection. So then I can say, okay, show me block customers. Okay, I can also filter again and select, okay, the R2 and the blocked ones from the R2. So I have a nested filter. Then I can clean, and here we have again everything. Okay, let's make a payment. This is a block customer. So let's insert in fast cash the amount. The software will print a receipt if you want with your logotype and information. And there, as you can see here, is no more block. So let's check on the MikroTik side. So as you can see here, this user is not blocked anymore.